Are you ready for a chilling tale that's stranger than fiction? A story that delves into the darkest corners of obsession and the macabre? Then gather close, because tonight we're exploring the unsettling case of Carl Tanzler and Elena Hoyos. This isn't just another ghost story. It's a real life descent into madness, a tale of love twisted beyond recognition. It's a story that will make you question the boundaries between life and death, and the lengths to which the human heart can go in the face of loss. But before we begin, I want to hear from you. Have you ever heard of this case before? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's delve into the details of this haunting case. Carl Tanzler was a radiologist at the Marine Hospital in Key West, Florida, back in the 1930s. He became fixated on a young Cuban-American patient named Elena Hoyos, who tragically contracted tuberculosis, a devastating and often fatal illness at the time. Carl, captivated by Elena's beauty, was convinced he was destined to save her. He used all his medical knowledge and resources in a desperate attempt to cure her. But sadly, despite his efforts, Elena succumbed to the disease in 1931. However, Carl's obsession didn't end with her death. Unable to accept her loss, he constructed an elaborate mausoleum for Elena in the Key West cemetery. He would visit her tomb every night, often speaking to her spirit, claiming that Elena's ghost would sing to him in Spanish and urge him to take her away. Driven by his grief and these alleged ghostly encounters, Carl did the unthinkable. In 1933, he exhumed Elena's body from the mausoleum and brought her remains to his home in secret. There, he embarked on a macabre mission to preserve her, to keep her alive in his own twisted way. Can you imagine the depths of his delusion? What do you think drove him to such extremes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This went on for years, until 1940, when Elena's sister, suspicious of Carl's frequent visits to the mausoleum, finally confronted him at his home. The horrifying discovery of Elena's remains shocked the community and alerted the authorities. Carl was arrested and charged with grave robbing. Despite the gruesome nature of his actions, Carl was never convicted due to the statute of limitations expiring. Elena's body was returned to the Key West cemetery and buried in an unmarked grave to prevent further disturbances. Carl lived out his remaining years in relative obscurity near Tampa, dying in 1952. He was found in the arms of a life-sized effigy of Elena he had created, a chilling testament to his enduring obsession. The story of Carl Tanzler and Elena Hoyos remains one of the most bizarre and disturbing cases in the history of true crime. It raises profound questions about the nature of love, loss, and the human psyche. Was Carl truly guided by Elena's ghost, or was his obsession a product of mental instability and a desperate inability to cope with grief? This case continues to fascinate and disturb, serving as a stark reminder of the dark side of human emotions and the fine line between love and madness. What are your final thoughts on this tragic tale? Do you think Carl was truly in love, or was his obsession a form of madness? Let's discuss in the comments below. And if you found this story as chilling as I did, don't forget to follow for more deep dives into the paranormal, the unexplained, and the creepy. And please share this video with your friends. Let's spread the word about this unsettling case.